been a minute since I was able to make a video because I've been so busy making junk journal starter kits, but I have also been working on this project, which I finished, and I wanted to go back and finish how to make a journal start to finish. I did a video on how to make the cover a little while back with an 11 by 14 size of paper. And that makes a slightly bigger journal than this. This journal was 4 by 6 when I finished it. And I wanted to go through all of the steps to get it into this form. So what I did is after I had the cover done, I put a couple of different holes into it using a hole punch. And I put in eyelets to strengthen where the threads would come out of. Then I sewed the signatures, and I'll connect my video about how to sew signatures. I sewed them together as themselves, and so like you get a fully finished signature before I bind it into the book. Then I bound them into the book using a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And then I also added 2 elastic bands. And the reason I added the elastic bands is sometimes you want to make a folio and stick it in there. So this is an example of doing that. This is the beach folio, so it doesn't match the butterfly book, but it is the same size. So if you put your folio then inside of this, you can fit it in and make it part of your journal. It's also good if you have other things you want to fold in half and put in here. They go right around that band. So you get 2 different kinds of the ability to bind things into your journal, your junk journal. So I'm going to go through in this video how to put the holes in and punch the holes and put in the eyelets. This is the latest cover that I have. I've only done the parts up to the cover on my junk journal video from before. And now I'm going to show you how to get the holes in and set the eyelets. So there's 2 ways you can do this. One is you can do the holes prior to putting it in your book or gluing it in, which is great if you only have this size of hole punch. This is what you need to do is make these same sets of lines and go ahead and make the holes before you glue it in. Now, the way I made my lines is I made one line at halfway, and then I cut the rest of it in half as well. So those are my long lines, and I did relatively the same thing going this way. Just depends on the size of your journal where you want to put those lines. I'm going to put holes at each of the cross hatches, places where the lines intersect. I will use my Crop-a-Dile Big Bite because this you can do with, you can do this once you have your binding in because it goes far. So now I'm going to set a hole there and there and there. Okay, relatively where they want to be. And then I switch this back to the setting part and I put my eyelet in. Sometimes this takes a minute. There it goes. And I set my eyelet then on the Crop-a-Dile setting. And the way that I do this is I look in there to make sure, it's hard to see on here, but I can look in there and see that this bottom part of the Crop-a-Dile is inside the hole. And that way I know that when I clamp it down, it is going to make this eyelet, it's going to set this eyelet. So let's do that. And then you can see that it sets it by pushing out the sides of this. So now it's in there and it's reinforced. So that is how you set an eyelet in a book spine. And from there, you can add in your signatures and your elastics. I will go through how to do those things in a future video. Thanks for watching. If you like this videos like this and want to see more of them on my channel, please like and subscribe. Also, hit the notification button if you want notice of when I post new videos. I try to post 1 or 2 tutorials a week, and some weeks are better than others. Have a great week and happy crafting.